in the mid-state, so it's a big win for us.
Tell us, what does this win mean to your program as a whole, the overall program?
It's the next one, so that's the biggest thing. We're 8-0, and we expected to win this game, and I think our program has got to that point where we expect to win games like this at this time of the year. So,
was there a monkey on your back trying to get this Northern Guilford win taken care of?
No, I heard a lot about that all week, but I think the team thinks differently than that. We expected to win this game.
Talk about the way your quarterbacks played. I mean, both those guys factored in on almost all the touchdowns. Barr and Graves, that's a heck of a 1-2 punch. That's a great luxury to have because those guys kind of change what the defense can do.
Yeah, they've been good for us all year. The quarterback's a hard guy to account for in the run and pass game. So we feel like running the quarterback and the quarterback doing dynamic things are important.
And you love that defense.
Defense is where we've hung our hat on, and I think that's 3 straight shutouts, and it had been 4 without a fake field goal with Michael. So 4 straight shutouts at this level in this conference is it's pretty darn tough.
Let's turn attention to Dennis White. A couple of thoughts for Coach.
Here at the post-game show at Tommy Grayson Stadium, Coach, congratulations on the big win tonight, the Greensboro Sports Chick-fil-A Game of the Week. And, Coach, you and I talked yesterday, and you said that y'all was going to show up, and certainly y'all showed up. Coach, talk about the play of your offensive line. You and I was talking in the pregame interview. Your offensive line did exactly what you said they was going to do.
Yeah, it's kind of a grind game. You know, I was a little disappointed that we weren't more consistent on offense, but we made some big plays, which are important too. And but I thought our offensive line kind of grinded and stayed in there. They did a lot of things on defense that disrupts you, and they play a defense that we don't see a lot. So I thought our guys adjusted well and made enough plays and got our running backs and quarterbacks free a little bit.
Coach, talk about the play of your secondary. At times it seemed that Northern was coming in with some little quick hits and different little slants and different pass patterns that had your defense fly around. James Artis, he's one of the top players in Guilford County that can fly around to the ball. Talk about the play of your secondary.
Well, I think the best thing we did on defense tonight was we gave up some plays. We didn't give up any big plays, and we kept everything in front of us. And Fraser's a good football player, and their receivers catch the ball when it's thrown to them. And we kept everything in front of us, no big plays. And I think we made them drive the field, and eventually they made a mistake or we made a big play to stop them. I think that was the key to the game on defense.
Hey, Coach, what does this do for your team for what lies ahead? You got some big games coming up. How does this game get you ready for those games?
Oh, it's big, you know. Again, puts us in a situation where we control our own destiny. And we play Western Alamance next week, and they're undefeated in the league too, so obviously a big one. And I told our kids, they get bigger and bigger. The longer you're undefeated, they get bigger and bigger. And certainly next week's a big game.
Any memories of this with this team this year compared to some of the teams you coached back in the old days in Reedsville, the fun you had up there and the success you had there?
A lot of similarities because we were always pride ourselves being good on defense, you know, and I think we are frustrating people on the defensive side of the ball and taking away what they do best. And so, yeah, the similarities are there. Play solid special teams, defense, and opportunistic offense, and that's what our team's made of this year with us.
Dennis, the final thought, and congratulations for the coach.
Yeah, Coach, earlier you gave credit to your coaching staff, your brain trust. You guys have worked well together. Talk about the game plan that you and the coaches got together to come up with, and y'all didn't deviate from it, and y'all stayed with your plan.
Yeah, you know, just with number one, I got a great staff. You know, I couldn't do it without them. And they work a lot of long hours, and certainly we would not be where we're in without our staff, and it's definitely not the head coach. It takes a lot of guys around the head coach to be successful. And credit to our coaching staff, spent a lot of hours on the film review to take away what they do best and find some offensive plays to be successful against their defense. So I think those things together and a lot of hours of film and getting our guys ready to play is the biggest thing.
And Coach, me and Andy was talking all night about JV programs. There's a lot of JV programs, the Page, the Dudleys, that are undefeated. And the Eastern JV team is undefeated, and as you said, a lot of your coaches that stay out on Thursdays, and you at every game out, you're there and on the field. The excitement of a program is when JV and varsity is doing well. And Coach, you could not imagine being 7-8-0, and your JV is 7-0. Talk about the JV program.
That's a big thing, and that's the similarity of regional too. We felt like we were going to coach our JVs just as hard as our varsity, and that's what our staff does. I mean, you see us on Thursday, we're getting after them, and we're coaching them hard, and we're 15-0 as a program, and that's what it takes. I mean, I think a lot of people don't know this, but our seniors this year were 0-10 my first year here on JV.
Wow.
And now you talk about a team from 0-10 first year to the program being in our fourth year to being 8-0 with a chance to win a conference championship in a league like this. That's a credit to them and our staff.
And one of your JV players I know all too well came in late, joined your program, and my son Nathan got an interception yesterday, and I was taking pictures, and Coach Robertson looked at me. I was running up and down the field pumping. I forgot I was professional, but, I got into the midst of the game, and your JV is